And welcome back to Long Island Viewpoint. I'm Ken Rosato. The Port Washington School District is one of the first school districts in the country to deploy a revolutionary video-based technology designed to help improve school safety. Joining us in the studio are Dr. Nicholas Sterling, the Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum, Instruction, and Assessment in the Port Washington School District, Seth Serker, the founder of SituCon Systems, and David Balin, the Director of Technology with the school district as well. Good to have you all with us today. Well, the first question, let's ask Dr. Sterling. Is a top priority for all school what led you to adopt technological solutions?
Most definitely. Safety and security within school systems has become more of a priority over the last several years. And when we look very specifically at what we're doing as a school system, we come to find that there are many non-technological means by which we keep our students and staff safe, but at the same time, to enhance our program, we look at technological means to do just that.
So you always have the eyes going, which is good for everybody.
Always.
In a sense. Which is true even in the city of New York. There are cameras everywhere now. One of our photographers says there's always videotape, and he's right. That seems to be the case, and you carry it on there. So let's go to Seth. What is a SituCon?
So Ken, SituCon is a company I started with this, as you said, a brand new technology that uses video as a safety mechanism. Unlike the surveillance systems that you mentioned, Port Washington uses video as a real-time safety tool. And we've developed a product called SituCam, which is a camera with eyelids. These eyelids, unlike a traditional camera, always remain shut until there's an emergency situation. Right. By doing such, we take Big Brother out of the picture. Police only have access to video when there's an event within a school. Otherwise, students and teachers have privacy.
So how, in other words, when an event is happening, someone hits a switch and boom, the eyelids come up? Is that it?
Exactly. We've developed a technology called an instant alert button. A teacher traditionally wears this around their neck. In the event of an emergency, a teacher pushes this button, camera eyelids open. Within seconds, within 3 to 4 seconds, the teacher's name, their location, their phone number, a floor plan show up on police dispatch screens. And now, because those eyelids are open, police have real-time video, can see exactly what's happening within the school.
So, David, you've talked with the teachers. What have you told them the best time to hit that button is?
Well, the ideal time to push the button is when there is a situation where you would want to call in emergency responders. It's not meant to call the office that you have a disruptive student. You have a truly serious emergency that requires police intervention. And instead of picking up a phone and dialing 911, we have the ability to press this button and the local police precinct instantly has information about what's happening.
So simultaneous to the eyelid coming open, if you will, and the videotape starting, the police are notified and they're on their way. So
yes,
it's all one step from hitting that one button.
Actually, it's not just the police are notified. District administrators get either text messages or emails. Multiple police officers will be notified at their station. They have a monitoring system that will display visually, but they also have our local police to their cell phones and to their cruisers will receive instant alerts. So
what happens when that one teacher leans down and hits her or his elbow on the button?
Well, there's always a backup in terms of being able to respond.
The procedure, and it's a policy call, is the police call the boys back.
Right.
They'd rather have a response rolling and have people on the way. It's very easy to call them back. And part of the technology with the real-time video makes it clear that it was an accident. And the messaging, it shows a message, it shows a question, they call the teacher, cancel the alarm.
So you'd kind of call it like a 911 on steroids.
Absolutely.
All right. Have you had incidents so far since the system has been implemented?
In Port Washington, there has not been an incident that we've used it.
Which is a good thing.
It's a tremendously good thing. Other deployments, absolutely. The technology, in addition to schools, is used in other settings where safety concerns exist, where privacy is an issue. Town hall meeting rooms these days, board meetings, things like that. The system has been used numerous times in events where meetings have become elevated and things, and people have pushed buttons and police have responded very, very quickly.
What about after hours? Are the cameras just kept off after hours, or are they hooked into the alarm system or whatnot?
Well, actually, that's a great question, because after hours, we still have staff in the building. Right. We have custodial staff, and they have the remotes also, so that if they have an event in the evening while they're working in the building, they can set the alarm. They can set an alert. We also, later in the evening, will have the camera open so that there is monitoring of the building by the police at those times.
Now, this also is good for protecting the school equipment and the facilities itself, right, by having this around.
Yes, it's another level of security for us overall. But quite frankly, beyond the security aspect, it's also an opportunity for us to create an environment that's safe, one that teachers and students feel comfortable within. And when you have that, then your teaching and learning can take place.
Now, I know 20 years ago it would have cost you a gazillion dollars to buy a bunch of cameras, but with the prices coming down and technology out there now, has it, I'm asking the guy from the company, is it now pretty much within the price reach for a lot of school districts?
Better than me. We can hear from the school district what's unique about this. When I developed this technology, I developed it as a parent, but also as a taxpayer. These cameras couldn't be easier to put in. A single cable is connected between the camera and the existing school data network, which is already funded and paid for, and it's just dropped in the ceiling. Port Washington installed this themselves.
Ah, fascinating.
So very, very affordable.
And somebody just got a Hero Award, I understand.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's a great thing. What have the students had to say about it?
Actually, I haven't really had a significant feedback from the students because it's so unobtrusive that it's really not noticed. And I think the fact that there is the privacy, it hasn't been a discussion by many people. When you put cameras in and people feel that they're being watched all the time, that generates a discussion and interest. If people know that it's only just a device that's an alert system, it's ignored.
What about use on the home front? Is it more logical just to have a regular security system in the home front, or does this also make sense for kids who might worry about mom and dad looking at them all the time?
So
that's interesting.
Really kind of interesting. The thing that's nice about this is, as Dave said, it's comforting. The fact that the cameras aren't always on, allow you to have this privacy when you want it, but yet when you feel the need for extra safety, somebody can push this button and let police into their lives. That said, it's been very well received, and the technology is utilized, as I mentioned, town halls, libraries, recreation centers, religious institutions, places like that where privacy is valued, and yet these safety concerns exist.
30 seconds left. What else could schools do to ensure the safety of their students?
Well, always having people aware of what procedures and policies are in place, always keeping a watchful eye, and always communicating with all of the different constituencies that are within the school district and the school community.
Well, that sounds great. What a fascinating concept, and I hope it continues to work for the Port Washington School District. Thank you so much, Sean.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for information on all of the organizations featured on Viewpoint, and if you happen to have missed this segment, you'd like to watch the show at your leisure in its entirety, you can visit us at 7online.com/viewpoint. We're coming right back with an award-winning poet. Don't go away. You might be a poet.